ray of light accidentally hit the stone statue. He miraculously came to life. He's shaking his huge body. Countless pieces of rubble fell on the ground. He takes the globe on his shoulder, onto the ground, waving his arms to the bird on his head. A family in the distance is taking a family photo, but the photographer looked up. Oh, my God. The stone statue of the bean took a leisurely walk. He put down the globe. Beautiful stretch, a lazy waist. Sitting on the floor and complaining about life. Finally don't have to carry such a heavy load. Looking at a couple of little people in front of me. Ask them for a favor. His back has been itching for more than 200 years. Ask them to scratch his back. Lucian bravely stepped forward to help him and asked what was holding him up. Hold a globe that heavy. For life. To live. Tom on the side was very impressed. But why are they so small? When Lucian went to the bathroom last night, a ray of light flashed through the kitchen. Go over and take a look. Found that the dog was actually fixed in place. The next tree is still shaking. He walked over slowly. Catch a little man in the leaves. But the little man bit into his finger. Then pulled a nail off the wall. Brandish a nail and keep on demonstrating to him. Lucian is also very fierce. Pick up the glass. Trapped him in a glass. The little man was scared. Had to give up the nails. After a short period of communication, the two soon became good friends. Lucian asked the cat being held if it's what he did. Turns out, the cat just took him for a cockroach. Tom had no choice but to work his magic. So Lucian picked up the kitten. Let Tom put him back together. There was only a green ray coming out. Gave Lucian a fright. As the cat's light fades away, it turned into a stone statue. It turns out that Tom's magic is not skilled enough. Lucian had to rest him and figure it out tomorrow. But the next morning, Lucian found that the little man had disappeared. Little man is taking a bath in the sink, covered all body in peanut butter. Lucian wanted to turn on the tap to clean him, but it almost took him away. He wanted to squeeze in some body wash, but he is not strong enough. Lucian helped him to press, and it got him into a big pile. He quickly dived into the water to rinse. After he washed, Lucian combs his hair with a toothbrush. Each looks very sunny and handsome. And throw the dirty clothes into the soy milk machine. Add a spoonful of washing powder and stir. After wash and dry in the toaster. Look very handsome after he wear. Treat Tom to pizza. He gave it a finger. Pizza turns into bread in an instant. Lucian picks up the stone cat. Let him try to recover again. But Tom's magic isn't good enough, causing deflection of the light rays. Accidentally turned the spider on the glass into a stone. Lucian wants him to bring him back. Tom, take a deep breath. Work the magic again. But the spider turned into sand in a flash. Then Sister came to look for the cat, only to find that the cat turned to stone. Tom came out to say hello to him, scared his sister into a state of stupefaction. In the evening, this two took Tom out for a stroll, and Tom, to be found by Jason, came over here to take him. Tom hurriedly cast his magic. Keep Jason in place and still. The sister hastened to change him back, but the next second, Jason turned to stone, and the body is still getting bigger. In a moment, it became a huge stone statue. Soon there was a crowd of passers-by. When they went to dinner with Dad, Lucian doesn't like raw oysters. Tom turned it straight into a burger, and turned Sister's food into delicious sushi. They ate with relish, but no food is allowed in the restaurant. The manager blamed them. In an argument, Dad accidentally knocked over the waiter's dinner plate. All the food was scattered on the others, so the men were put in the little dark room. At this time, Dad also found the little man. Tom made them smaller by magic, and went through a crack in the door. But they're too small. They're moving very slowly, so they stole a remote-controlled car. A remote-controlled car went on a rampage in the road. Take a closer look. There are some little people sitting in the car. This driver obviously doesn't understand the traffic rules. Wherever they go in reverse, even crossing the street at a red light. Fortunately, they were able to avoid all the disasters. Then there was a lump of shit in front of them. Fortunately, Tom turned the wheel hard at this moment. This is the lucky escape, but it didn't stop in time. Straight into Snoopy's leg. Snoopy can't take it anymore. Bite into the car and keep shaking. Dad was thrown out of the car. When he fell down, he accidentally broke his arm. So, they had to follow the ambulance. Came to the hospital with the help of a nice girl. Got the doctor to take a CT for Dad. The doctors never thought of it. We'll look at a patient's CT with a magnifying glass. Soon Dad's hand was wrapped up. That's when they saw it on television. Jason's stone statue is about to be demolished. To get back as soon as possible, Tom beguiled a dove by magic. A few people sit on the pigeons and head home. But after a long flight, the pigeon is a little tired to rest on the roof. Suddenly Dad slipped off his foot. Let's go get them. But they didn't expect to be dragged down the building. At this very moment of urgency, Tom showed off the magic at once to turn 3 people back into their old self, to land safely on the ground. But the crisis is not over. They still have to get back to the rescue. The bulldozer was preparing to remove the stone statue. Fortunately, several people arrived in time, got in front of the bulldozers. Tom worked the magic at once, succeeded in turning Jason back into his old self. From this moment on, Tom can master the magic completely, and then change changed the kitten back. That's it. They had a perfect Christmas. If you would make people smaller. 2. What are you trying to make smaller?